Hey up viewers and viewers, it's me, a General Red Strategist, coming back in the forest. And Phil's joining me. You know, how you doing over there, Phil? You doing alright? Yes. Indeed. Sorry, Phil's having a bit of a stronk at the moment. I don't think he's doing too well. Sorry, someone call the bombulance very quick.
What was that? Oh, it's in Bruce Almighty, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
The bit where he gets the newsreader.
Oh, yeah. Evan, what he's called.
Yeah, that's it. It just starts doing the bit where it just starts babbling.
Yeah. Takes control of his mouth and his vocal cords and just makes him go crazy.
Yeah,
Indeed.
funny
God. Bruce Almighty is a film that I have not seen in years.
No, it was first released in 2003.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
2003. God, I was in high school.
And then there was that follow-up, Evan Almighty.
Yeah. I heard that one wasn't as good though. Yeah. I don't know.
It's basically, where he had to build the Ark, like from Noah's Ark.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Indeed.
God, who's played by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yes. Classic, yeah. How are you doing over there, by the way, Phil? How's life treating you?
Not too shabby, not too shabby. The forests were back here, which we haven't done in a while, but still we've it's always a good time for discussion, isn't it, when we do the forest?
Yeah, it is.
I think very soon the sequel is going to be coming, Sons of the Forest.
Indeed. I still haven't really looked into that, in terms of what it's all going to be about and all that, so maybe I should be taking a look at some point and actually finding out more about it.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a bit of an interesting one for you. I don't know if you know about this, but because I was watching a Game Ranks video for games that are potentially coming up in 2023.
All right.
And Death Stranding 2.
Oh yes, Death Stranding 2. I've heard about that one. Looks interesting. I think I've seen a trailer of it, a brief one that is. So yeah, it does look kind of interesting. So that's probably a game that I'd be interested in getting and maybe giving a whirl.
So that's what I've heard is on the cards.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the direction of the storyline would be with that one. I wonder if it's going to be more about Lea Seydoux' character in it, Fragile.
The funny thing was in the Game Ranks video that I watched for the top I think it's like the top 20 games of 2023. That's exactly what they said.
Yeah. Okay.
How it's going to function.
Yeah, because I feel like Norman Reedus' character's plotline in the original Death Stranding, I feel like they kind of wrapped that one up. So
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, yes. Norman Reedus and his little baby fetus. There we are.
But that's good. That's all well and good. But why no Beyond Good and Evil 2?
I know. Still nothing on that. That just seems to have died a death.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's unfortunate because I would have loved to see more information on Beyond Good and Evil 2. But at this rate, I think I myself and many other fans of the old school original BG&E are probably just getting increasingly worried that it's never going to happen and all that. But
it's stuck in development hell.
Yeah.
Which is never good for a series.
Indeed.
No, it's never good for a series, that, because let's not forget the horrendousness of Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
Which that was released in 2011.
Indeed.
And obviously the first one was like 1993.
Yeah.
15 years of development hell.
Indeed.
And it turned out to be absolute wank.
That's putting it politely, I do think, from what I've heard. Yeah. Duke Nukem games, I don't think I've ever played a Duke Nukem game before.
The old one was in the style of like Doom and Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
It had that sort of style.
Indeed.
Which was fantastic. That sort of good little style they had back then.
Yeah.
But, got the FPS genre right into the forefront of everyone's minds.
Yeah. Indeed. God. What games have you been playing recently, if any, Phil?
The Life and Times of Phil Wood, Part 1.
Okay, that's a very interesting game. A bit like the Stanley Parable, isn't it?
It's like the Stanley Parable. I have it narrated constantly over me, going, Phil walked 5 steps. No, I've actually walked 6, you bastard.
Indeed.
It would just be. I think it'd just be me having a go at the narrator, just like the narrator talking, and then me just having a go at them, or just saying things they're not going. Phil went to go and get his tea. No, I'm not going to have my tea right now. You don't decide what I do.
No, you don't, narrator. Kevin Brighting.
Phil is going to consume a nice cup of coffee. Am I? I wanted a nasty one.
When Phil entered the kitchen, he immediately went to put the kettle on, Well, there's an option.
No,
You can actually go out the back door. Yes. Oh, dearie me. Yeah.
So you've got to defy the narrator, haven't you?
Yes.
Well, the Stanley Parable is all about anyway.
Yeah.
Defying the narrator.
Defies the narrator and piss
So
him
imagine
off.
where you could play a game as the narrator. You were the narrator.
You decide what he does and what he doesn't do.
What good old Stanley does.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, man.
Employee number 427.
That's the one.
it.
That's the
Never
number.
forget. Never forget Stanley. Stanley!
Stanley.
Are you
There
there,
we
Stanley?
Oh.
Oh yeah, did you said you wanted to, just before we started this recording, you said you wanted to mention something.
Oh, God, yeah. No, I was just thinking about food, what I'm going to have for tea tonight and all that.
Oh right,
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Nothing.
a meal that I've got really into cooking for myself lately. It's just getting some like rice and then some assorted veg and then some crispy chicken and just getting like a little sachet of sweet and sour sauce and just like basically doing the rice and some like peas and carrots in a pan, whilst I then obviously cook the chicken in the oven and then basically do the sauce with some chopped peppers and onion in it in a frying pan, and I've just been really enjoying that lately. It's been very, very nice, very, very delicious.
Delicioso.
Indeed.
It's always nice to have a good bit of food. I have in my foods when I have three sauces that I always use, and I love them to pieces.
Yeah.
I've got barbecue sauce.
Yes.
I've got burger relish sauce, which is really good, and then sweet onion relish sauce. And I mix all three of them together, and it is divine. Those are the best three sauces to put together.
Yeah, sounds good. Don't know why I just went German for a second then, but yeah. Yes, but yeah, it sounds actually quite good. Sounds hella good, in fact. Right.
Say, love, now the funny thing in Germany, obviously the main thing when people have chips, the main thing people have is tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
In Germany, they don't like tomato ketchup as much. They more prefer with their chips to have mayo.
Yeah. Oh.
Mayo's a thing in Germany.
Yeah.
To have with chips. So they prefer mayo than they do to ketchup.
Yeah.
Now, as I get a viewer from Germany in comments going, actually, no, that's wrong. I like ketchup.
Yes, that one viewer will be like, actually, I think you'll find that statistically there was a survey in Germany 6 weeks ago that actually verified that, in fact, they actually like mustard with chips. Yeah.
I think I heard because they do prefer the mayo to the ketchup.
Yeah.
They do like mustard on things as well. Mustard, of course, mustard in German is Senf.
Yeah.
Spelled S-E-N-F.
Indeed. Just checking if there's any logs up here that I missed, but I don't think there are. I think we're all good. Nope, we're fine. There we
A
go.
lot of deforestation happening here.
I know, yeah. Sorry, but I'm destroying the lungs of the world whilst Phil talks about mayo in Germany. There we are. Right, do I have... I just have these like energy bars.
Have you still got a... because I know you developed a thing for the butter breadsy.
Oh, yeah. I still sometimes, get myself a pretzel. Yeah, get myself a pretzel when I do my weekly shop at Lidl. And, have that for lunch. Cut into it. Get a bit of butter on it.
Yeah, it's
quite
nice.
delicious.
They are nice pretzels. They really are good.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
Indeed.
And the ones, because the ones from Lidl do taste very similar to the ones you can get in Germany.
Yeah.
So they do a good thing. And obviously Lidl is famous for its bakery. Oh my God, Lidl's bakery. It's famous around the UK.
Yeah.
Its bakery is really, really good. But it still doesn't beat that. Oh my God, I remember when we were in Germany and that little bakery that's near us, and you walked in and they had like all sorts of different variations of Brezen. It was like Brezen with... I remember there was one version of Brezen that was sugar-coated. I was like, whoa.
Nice. Sugar-coated Brezen.
Yeah, they had loads in that bakery.
Yeah.
But yeah, the little bakery is very famous because it has all sorts of lovely things as well. And I think the one thing that gets people as well is it's very cheap.
Yeah. Always good value and all that.
Always good value. But sometimes you can push the boat out and go to like Marks and Spencer's or something. Definitely.
This video sponsored by Lidl and Marks and Spencer's, ladies and gentlemen.
Together.
Yes.
Marks and Lidl.
I wish. Indeed.
Although stop doing the mac and cheese toasties, so you're very disappointed.
Yes, I was very disappointed in that. It must have been like a limited offer thing.
Yeah.
M&S
Well,
mac and cheese toasty.
My mum for Christmas got me a selection chocolate box, milk, dark and white, and they are divine.
Yeah.
To the point I'm actually considering buying a box for myself. I know it sounds sad,
Yeah.
It's my Valentine's Day treat to myself.
Yeah, treat yourself. No reason you can't and all that.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Yes, to
indeed.
myself. Oh, I love myself. Oh, thanks, Phil. Oh, I love you so much, Phil. Oh, Phil, don't you worry.
Yes, a bit of
You know what I've
self-loving.
started seeing in new shops now? Is they're starting to get things out for Mother's Day, because Mother's Day's
Right.
coming up soon.
Yeah,
I know, it's still a bit of a way. I think it's something like the 15th, 16th of March.
indeed. It's still a little bit of time off, but I guess they're giving plenty of time for people to get the cards and whatever else.
Things for their mummies.
Mamas, indeed. Yes. God, what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day then, ladies and gents?
Yes, because Valentine's Day is coming up soon. It's the as we record today is the 10th of Feb, so
Yeah.
the 14th is not too far away now.
Yeah, I'll probably actually aim
so-
to get this video out fairly soon, so that way, it's that way it's out in the run up to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, if you've got a significant other, what are you planning to give them as a present? Have you got any gifts for them? Are you planning to go out for a meal in the evening? I know that's a common thing as well.
Yeah, indeed. What would your sort of
would be,
ideal? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying that's I bet restaurants and things love Valentine's Day
Oh,
because
yeah.
they'll be raking in the cash.
They
They'll
will.
be heaving.
They will
Be
indeed.
absolutely heaving.
Yeah. There we go. I've got my little sort of defence set up here.
Defence setup, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single trap. Try and funnel them through. Big stakes along the sides to try and stop them curling round. Right. What else?
Oh
can
yes, I know
be
you
up
asked.
to?
Yeah, so my sort of Valentine's Day day out with a significant other would probably be something along the lines of going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And
Keep it simple.
yeah,
Indeed.
having a nice meal.
Yeah.
Depends what we both like. What about you?
I'm trying to think actually. I mean, the thing is, obviously, like, going out in an evening for like a nice meal, something like that. That's always a classic. You can't beat it. I'm sometimes wondering, like, would you like to maybe instead of doing like an evening, would you like to do something maybe during the day, like go out somewhere, or
Yeah.
because I always think to myself, like, an ideal sort of alternate dating kind of thing for me probably would be like going to a museum or something. So I wonder if like that would be an alternate way, like go out during the day, go to like a museum, and maybe like stop off somewhere and have some nice lunch or something.
Yeah, that's an idea, isn't it?
Yeah,
So various things like that.
yeah. Isn't it? It's like you got to vary it up every so often.
Exactly. 'cause
Indeed.
It comes around every year, so you've got to think of something new.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go for the classic: go and see a movie together or something.
Yes, a
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Indeed.
They say that going to see a film is actually a worse first date idea because you're supposed to want to get to know one another.
Yeah.
And you're being silent, aren't you?
Indeed, yeah. That's actually a good point. For first dates, you want to be talking with one another and you want to be trying to learn about each other. So like
Yeah.
you say, being in a cinema in a dark room where you're not going to be talking is probably not the best one. That's probably like a later date sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus the thing is, like, yeah, I think actually adding on to that as well. Obviously, when you're going on a first date with someone, you probably don't know what sort of films they'd be into, so you'd have to like kind of. It would be a bit awkward, I think, if you like get something that neither of you are really interested in. Indeed.
Oh, I want to go see the Pretty Princess #2. Well, I want to go see Saw.
Saw.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be quite a first date movie. That going to watch Saw.
Going to watch Saw.
Indeed. Yes. It'll be curious.
Unless you are both horror movie aficionados.
Maybe. Aficionados of splatterpunk horror and all that.
That's it. Yeah.
I see someone running around in the background over there. I think I'm just going to beeline away from that direction. Right. Let's see now. Where shall I go? See if I can find a cave. Well, I was thinking maybe in this episode.
Have you not got all the items from caves now?
So technically, what I would
You've
need.
got a chainsaw, you've got a rebreather.
Yeah, so what I would technically need in order to find the end of the game again, if I wanted, would just be the rebreather, which I do have, but I would also need the key card for like the entrance to the underground facility, which I don't have at the moment. So I'd need to find that first, because I think that's like the bare minimum you would need.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's like other stuff that ideally you could try and find, like for example the gun parts, so you can make the old flintlock pistol. But having said that, I don't think that's an essential. But I can't try to remember. Was there anything else that you technically need to have before you go in? I don't think there is. Oh, I've got the climbing axe. Yeah, that technically is an essential.
But I mean, you're
yeah.
not really doing it, are you? To go back
No.
and do the story bit again? 'Cause
Not necessarily.
You've done that.
Yeah. I mean, I may. I don't know. Sometime in the indeterminate future, I may go back and do it because apparently, since I obviously did it the last time a couple of years ago, it has been changed and there have been updates to it.
Right.
But it's not something that I would be seeking to do imminently. But you know, it's a possibility for something I might do in the future. Who knows?
Get it all done now. Yeah.
Yeah. Just tried to take out that lizard and failed. Right. Oh, God.
Yeah, the lizards give you some protection, don't
Yeah. They give you armour and all that. There we go. Got him.
they? Armor rouge. No,
Armour rouge.
that's actually a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Would you believe? Introduced in the latest one.
Indeed.
Called Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Scarlet and Violet. Is that the lizard skin? There it is.
Yeah, there's
Boost
the
me
latest
armour.
Pokemon games. Generation 9.
Generation 9. Wow. God, they're so far along and all that.
Yep.
What about you, Phil? As the slightly more Pokemon aficionado than I am, what's your favourite Pokemon?
Well, I played up to Generation 4.
Okay.
And then I sort of ended. I did a little bit of Generation 5, but then I
Yeah.
stopped after there.
Okay.
Because I used to have a lot of fun. with it, but then because it just kept going on. Then you need to get a new console.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have it that time, and just sort
No.
of gave up after that.
I see.
So, but I had my fair time with it. But
Yeah.
it's certainly improved. And I know that the latest one, the Scarlet and Violet, they've actually it's actually turned more of an RPG and a more open world, actually.
Yeah.
Would you believe? Yeah, because Pokemon's famous for being linear, but no, this is more open world, and there's actually 3 storylines you can choose.
Yeah. Indeed. Sorry, I just saw cannibals moving around and just hiding before they see me. I think they've gone off up there. Okay, fine. That's good. Yeah. So Pokemon games. Yeah, we've talked about before how obviously that was more kind of your thing when you were a kid.
When I was a kid, I used to play
Yeah.
quite a bit of Pokemon. Yeah.
So of the
No
generations.
longer anymore. I like keeping up.
So of the generations that you do remember, any favourite Pokemons from those ones or anything like that?
Well, as in games, do you mean? Or the
Oh, sorry.
Pokemon
Actual
themselves?
Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon themselves. Sorry.
Which Pokemon did I like the look of? Which Pokemon did I like? I mean, the starter Pokemon in some of the ones. I did. The starter Pokemon for the one I had in Generation 4, which was the
Yeah.
Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, the Water type one, which eventually was the final evolution, which was Empoleon.
Yeah.
That I liked that one. It's sort of it's basically a penguin
Yeah.
with a trident covering its face.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Oh, there's a sinkhole. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, there's a sinkhole there.
Yeah.
Can't be done for the web.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sort of en route. I'm just going to see if I can loop around the island and find the lawyer's cave in this game where you get the key card from.
The lawyer's cave,
Yeah,
right?
that's what it seems to be called in like the Forest Wiki and things like that.
Is there a Pokemon that you've seen that you thought looked quite interesting when you saw its maybe its design or?
I kind of I do like the look of like Eevee and some of its later evolutions.
Eevee,
yeah, indeed. I know there's like
Yeah,
the big debate in Pokemon, like Pikachu versus Eevee, which one do you prefer and all that.
Yeah, there was that. Well, it was they had the Let's Go,
Yeah.
the big thing. Yeah,
Indeed.
Eevee has now 7 evolutions.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7.
Which
in
cave
total.
was this one? No, I don't think this is the Lawyer's Cave. I think the Lawyer's Cave
Cave
was...
of Terror. That's what it is. The Cave of
Well,
Terror.
I think that describes all of them, to be honest.
All of them, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Right, there's like a little campsite over here where you can technically sleep. Can I destroy that? No. There's suitcases around that can bust or anything like that.
Gives you little things.
No, not by the looks of it. Yeah, God, it's been so long since I really sort of played the forest. I'm not trying to remember where everything is. There's another campsite up here. Oh God, yeah, it's right by one of the cannibal villages.
Oh God, really have to be careful here.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be stuff in here we can loot and pillage potentially. Let's have a look. Anything in the little weird huts? Well, not in this one apparently. Just looking in case they've got any like dynamite crates or anything that we can take. There's a bucket and a chair. Ooh, what's that? Soda. Okay, just one random soda lying around.
The thing I will say about the Forest is it is a very good game. The title is very generic. Isn't it?
It is.
Very generic title.
Indeed. It's not the Forest of Terror or the Forest of Doom or anything like that.
The Forest.
It's just as if obvious. Yeah. Well, short, simple. Right to the point and all that.
Short, simple, and sweet.
Yeah.
That's it. Like me.
Oh, absolutely.
Although probably not so much the first one.
No, you're not really short.
No.
Indeed.
I'm 7'2".
Oh, yes. Well, that's short by the standards of the frost giants of Jotunheimer. But
that's
yes.
it. Yeah, exactly. Them. We know about them.
Yeah.
There's that misconception as well that everyone goes, "Oh, you got Napoleon syndrome."
Oh yeah, he wasn't actually that short.
He wasn't actually short.
No,
wasn't. He was actually it's something. He was like 5'7".
Yeah,
which was actually average for the time he was living in.
Yeah, perfectly normal. It's one of those like propaganda things that I think was pushed by British propagandists during the Napoleonic Wars, just to sort of like demonise him a bit.
Also, a curious thing about him. Have you noticed the pictures of him? He always seems to look like he's got his hand in his stomach.
Yeah,
he's got his hand inside. It's apparently the reason was that was the case. He did suffer from quite a few stomach aches.
Yeah,
apparently.
Indeed.
And that's why his hand was in there to somehow try and soothe it.
Yeah.
What are these? I've never seen these before.
Yeah, they're like weird little sort of watchtower things, I suppose. Yeah, I was just checking in case they've got anything upstairs, but I don't think they have.
No.
So there's shipping containers over there, which I'm just going to investigate in a second. There's definitely nothing up there either. Okay, it's going night. Okay.
It's going dark now, like it is here.
Yeah, it is actually getting dark outside.
Dark.
Where's them shipping containers? There they are.
It's the sound of silence.
Reminds me of that pop song, The Sound of Silence.
Do you know who sung that?
I'll probably recognise the name when you tell me.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Ah, that's the one. There we go. Yep. There we are. Right, what's that there? It's just a rock. Right. So normally there is a cave not too far from here, which I think is the lawyer's cave, but can't remember. I don't need more circuit boards. Never mind. Nothing in there. Right, well, night time.
Is it a cave where one can find a lawyer?
I believe there are dead lawyers in there, yes.
Dead lawyers in there, oh
yeah,
dear.
Indeed. Right, well, this is a perfect freaking time to go looking for a cave in the middle of the night, but...
Well, we don't have to look for a cave right now.
No, we don't.
Just exploring and chatting and things like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Now, that's a difficult job to get into, being a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or you've got to go, just for starters, you've got to go through 4 years of law school.
Indeed. Indeed, you have.
You can even attempt to do anything in the lawyer field.
Yeah.
You've got to do that first.
You have indeed.
And then you have to do like practice sessions, and
yeah.
I think you have to because it's up to you to you could be either putting if you get things wrong, you could be putting an innocent person into jail.
Yeah.
Or be putting someone who's vicious and horrible out of jail if you don't get it right.
Yeah. Oh, there's a light up there. There's a cannibal.
That's if you're doing the normal. Obviously, there's various different types of things you can be a lawyer for.
Yeah. Indeed. It's one of those kind of jobs which you can understand why people in that profession get paid a lot when you think, you're having to defend criminals and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, it's one of those ones where everyone sort of likes to sometimes hate on lawyers, but they are quite a valuable profession, and they are a very necessary profession.
100%.
Indeed. Yes, you know what, I'm not going to bother looking for the lawyer's cave because this is not really a good time to be doing it. I think I'm just going to head back to my camp.
If they fail to with their defendant, do they? I assume they'd still get paid, or do they get paid less? Or
I assume they still get paid. Yeah. It's just the thing is, like, I imagine that if it's found that they are consistently failing at their job, they probably eventually do get barred from their profession. Because obviously criminal cases are reviewed every so often to make sure that obviously the logic on which people were convicted or whatever is actually sound.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh god, right. Oh god, there was a guy over there just then. I hope he didn't see me. This is a bad time for me to be out and about, really, in the middle of the night. Oh god, there's a guy over there with a frigging torch moving around. Let me just hide over here and hope that, yeah, I'm low visibility, thank god. God, there's a couple of them. Yeah, I've really picked a bad time to be out and about here.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
I have indeed.
All kids are kicking loose.
Screw it, I'm just going to sleep in this tent and hope for the best. Okay, right, it's daytime again.
Daylight,
right.
Daylight now.
Yeah, you know what? Let's head back to the camp.
Well, you may have heard, which I tell everyone, obviously it's become a big thing near here, where it was just talked about originally by my parents, because it was quite a thing, but we thought it was only going to be local, but it's becoming all national, all over the place about this disappearance of this poor woman.
Yeah,
Nicola Bully.
That's the one. Yeah,
it was very close to where we are, on St Michael's.
Yeah,
which is a little village close to up north, and she was having a walk apparently near a lake, and basically sort of vanished.
Yeah,
and the police had been searching her under the assumption she may have fallen in.
Indeed. Yeah, it's a tragic story. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, up in Lancashire in England at the moment, it's just a missing persons case that's in the news at present. But yeah, I think the thing that gets me most though about that story is that, as you can imagine on Twitter, all like the freaking speculation that's going on from people who are convinced.
God, yeah, there's loads of conspiracy theories, and
yeah,
people going out and doing TikToks and things like this, and the police saying, "Stop doing that." Stop
I know.
Doing it.
It's just so distasteful, and it's like, for the love of God, please stop. Like, it's just, you're not helping at all. But God, yeah. You know, I could have sworn.
But they still think that she's fallen in the lake, but apparently her husband doesn't think that's the case.
Yeah, he's.
I heard a report saying people don't just disappear and go into thin air like that. It just doesn't happen.
No.
So he doesn't think she's fallen in the lake, but the police still do think that's the cause.
I mean, the thing is, if you can't find any evidence of foul play, then you can't conclude that there has been. So that obviously leaves the only other option being that, well, it's an accident. But we'll see. I mean, obviously this investigation is still very early days, and you know, more information will probably come out in due course. But yeah, it's just one of those things, like, you've got to just not get into like the speculation of it and things like that. It's just so bad.
That's the key news. The other key news thing is this horrible earthquake.
Oh yes, in Turkey and Syria.
Yeah, Turkey, Syria area.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Displaced a load of people.
It has.
A load of people have come homeless and all that.
Like, you see some of the pictures of like cities in Turkey before and after, and it's just shocking how much destruction it's caused. Yeah, it was a severe one. So, you know, condolences obviously to people out there. I'm sure obviously there's going to be plenty of charity drives that people can give to.
The people are going through, It's awful when things like this happen.
It is.
We're just lucky we live in a country that's not prone to earthquakes.
Absolutely.
Or hurricanes or any really natural disaster, tornadoes.
Indeed, yeah. Have you ever actually experienced a natural disaster, Phil?
Not really,
necessarily a severe one, but
really, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I can remember once on holiday in Greece back in the sort of early 2000s. I can remember once like waking up in the morning and just feeling like a very slight earth tremor. That was in Greece, but like not a severe one. It was just like a very like light one. You could hear it. You could just like hear it rumble. Yeah, but
Mother Nature just getting a little bit pissed off.
Indeed. It's
well,
funny, like,
we are annoying her in some cases with the various things that we do.
Environmental degradation and all that. Yes, indeed. When to think of it, there's like a couple of occasions in Greece where I've seen like interesting sort of like, environmental and weather phenomena back in the day. I can remember like once on holiday, this was a different one in Greece, like looking out to sea when we were on a beach, and I could have sworn like seeing like a water spout quite far out.
Oh,
yeah,
especially it was like a water tornado.
Yeah, it lasted like for all of about several seconds, and then it disappeared. Yeah.
You know what natural phenomena I would like to see? Which is very interesting. Either the aurora borealis or the aurora australis.
Yeah, they would be fascinating sights to see.
It would be easier for us to see the borealis rather than the australis.
Indeed.
But they're supposed to be really interesting to see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right, I need to see if I can put this lizard onto my drying rack.
But you need to go to somewhere like the top end of Norway or Finland.
Yeah, you would. You have to go quite far north. to get a view of it and all that, which, you know, people do, and there's options to be able to do
Borealis,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, since you're saving...
Oh, I was just saving, but, I mean, yeah, we've been recording for a good patch there.
Yeah.
If you think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, I think we've done it. We had a good
Yeah.
little chat. Hope you liked our little forest chats, guys.
So I didn't manage to get to the lawyer's cave, but that'll be something I can do in a future episode, probably. But, you know, I managed to get my little initial sort of base defence kind of set up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not trying to necessarily build a giant base like I did in my last forest playthrough, since this is only an occasional podcasty style thing that I'm doing. But yeah, you know, it's good to build a few things just in case the monsters do try to attack me. But yeah.
Send them away.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me then, Phil.
Forest time
is over now. For now, anyway, until the wheel next picks it out, or I decide to just do a random episode or whatever. So yeah, you know, hope you'll join us for another session of this whenever that happens. And yeah, Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. More than that, this is the two of us signing off. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Can I get it sort of positioned better if I do this? So, okay, hang on. Cracked it, ladies and gents. There we go. So there is more stuff on here. See? Oh God, Jesus, dude! You little shit! I thought I could fucking hear something. Well, that was a fucking jump scare, wasn't it? Good lord! I didn't realise this was a bloody horror game now all of a sudden. Oh, you all enjoyed that, didn't you? You thought that was fucking hilarious, probably. I think I can hear another one, though.